everybody, I'm Victoria from Cozy Country here in partnership with Cozy Owl. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create candles using essential oils. So let's get going.
So let's run through what we've got. I have 800 grams of soy container wax. I have my 2 containers. I also have my wicks just here. This is my essential oil. We're going for lavender today. These are my wick centering tools, my glue dots, and then not to forget my melting pot, wooden spoon and electric weighing scale. So on the electric weighing scale, I'm going to measure out around 500 grams of the container wax. This is because these 2 containers are 250 millilitres each. So I just want to be able to spread them out nice and even. So just measuring that out here. So now we're all measured out, I'm going to pop my wax onto a medium heat and just let it melt through. I'll keep coming back and giving it a good stir, but I just want to leave it to melt just for now. While I leave the wax to melt, I'm going to crack on with wicking my containers. So I have my wicks just here, and this is my glue dot. So I'm going to peel off one side of the glue dot, stick it to the base of the wick, and just make sure it's nicely stuck, so press it on, and straighten out the wick. Then I'll take off the other side and make sure I get it as central as possible into the container. Give it a good push down just to make sure it's stuck. Then get your centering tool, pop it over the top, and it should just click into place just there. So now my wax is all melted, I'll give it a quick little stir, and I'm just going to double check the temperature. I want my wax to be somewhere around 60 to 65 degrees here, but just double check just to make sure, because you never know. And it looks like mine is a little bit too hot, so it's around the 75 mark, which is way above my flash point for the essential oil too. So I'm just going to leave that for 10 minutes or so just to cool down. So now it has all cooled down, I'll give it a quick little stir here and just double check what the temperature is now. The flash point for lavender essential oil was 70 degrees, so anything above that would make my essential oil evaporate, which is not what we're after. So we are around 60 degrees here, which is absolutely perfect. So I'll just pop in my essential oil now. So you do receive 30 millilitres of this essential oil, and for this measurement of wax I've got 500 grams of the wax here, so I want somewhere around 3%, which I worked out was around 15 millilitres of the essential oil. So that should be the perfect measurement, because with these essential oils they are quite a high scent throw and less tends to be more. So we will just put in around 3% and we'll get the aromatherapeutic properties and a high scent throw from that. Now my essential oil has been added, I'm just going to pop it back onto a really low heat and give it a little stir around just to make sure the oil does go all the way through the wax and it's spread nice and even. For anybody who has made candles before, notice that I haven't put any dye in this candle. That is just personal preference. I just want it to be as eco-friendly and as natural as possible, but don't be afraid to pop in some dye if you want to. You can make these any colour that you like. But it is just personal preference to why I haven't put dye in today. If you do want to put dye in, make sure it's around 65 degrees just so that your colour can dissolve properly. So once we are ready to pour, I'm pouring this at around 55 degrees. I'm only going to pour part way up the container just to leave a little bit of room at the top just so that I can leave it. So once this is set from about half an hour, I'm going to come back to it and just top up the top of the candle just to make sure it's nice and level and we're nice and full. So I'll just get them two both filled up nicely. All topped up, I'm going to leave these for around 24 hours just to set properly. And now they are nicely set the next day. I'll just show you the nice and level. So I'll just take the centering tool off just to show you a bit better. And to trim the wick, you want to trim it to around 5 millimeters. So get your wick trimmers, or you can even do this with scissors if you wanted to, if you haven't got any wick trimmers, and then just nip that off to around 5 millimeters, and then you should be good to go. I'll just quickly nip the other one off, and once that one's done, I can start burning these today, because you want to leave your candles for around 24 hours before you do start burning them as well. And there you have it. Ta-da!